Just takes a minute. Hello, everybody. Episode of Medwell Unscripted. We're so excited to be here today. Today I have Emily and Tori, and we're really looking forward to getting started here. How are you ladies doing today?
Good. How are you, April?
Doing great. Good. So for those of you that are not familiar with Medwell Health and Wellness, we are a wellness center with offices in Massachusetts and in Florida. We offer, as well as Rhode Island and New York, we offer in-office visits and telemedicine appointments for getting your medical marijuana certification. So today, what I wanted to do was kind of have you meet the Medwell team, because there's humans behind the team, right? A lot of times you see us online, but you actually don't get to see us until you come into the office or get on a video call with one of our doctors. So first, I'd like to introduce you to Emily Waxman. She's our Director of Community Outreach. And awesome. And we also have Tori Caparello, who is our Director of Communications. So I'm going to start with Emily today. Emily, tell me a little bit about, and tell everybody a little bit about what you do for Medwell and how you help our patients and our partners in the community.
Absolutely, I'd love to. So again, my name is Emily Waxman, and pre-COVID, I would go out into the community, whether it be to the dispensaries or any sort of senior center or health fair, anything where we could talk and let other people know about our services, what we offer, who we are, why you would choose Medwell as opposed to any other place to come and get your MMJ card. And I really loved being able to get out into the community. Since COVID has kind of come into our worlds, I'm a little bit more now behind the scenes, doing a lot of help with helping out with scheduling, also doing a lot of outreach to the dispensaries now, still letting them know about all of our offerings as far as our new low prices, as well as all of our terrific RMD discounts that we now have. And still just doing reaching out, but a little bit now from just behind the scenes sort of situation. So pretty much in a nutshell, what I take care of over here at Medwell.
All right, great. How about you, Tori? Tell us a little bit about your role with Medwell and how you help our patients and our partners across the community.
Yeah, so basically I spend a lot of time on the phones, answering patient questions, making sure they are informed before they set up their appointments, and kind of just figuring out the best option for them as we are running telemedicine and in-office appointments right now. And I also just make sure our staff is portraying the right message to our patients when they are answering the phones and meeting with them in person in our office. Just kind of educating and, informing.
Great. So I'd love for us to share a little bit about kind of the process of, so I think a lot of times people are a little apprehensive. They don't know what to expect when they come to our website. And I mean, we have a great FAQ and lots of information there, but really what's to expect when they make an appointment, or whether it be, let's start with actually an in-person office visit. What's to expect when they call, they schedule an appointment, kind of what's the process, and tell us a little bit about, especially now that we're social distancing, and how that works.
Yeah, absolutely. So patients expect it to be different when they walk in, but it's a lot like a traditional doctor's appointment. You walk into our office, you fill out some paperwork, and you just meet with the doctor. You have about a 20-minute meeting with them discussing your ailments, and they will then make recommendations for you as far as which cannabis products are going to benefit you and your specific conditions. And then you do check out with the staff, and they will provide you, which is really cool, an instant access pass, which will get you instant access to the dispensaries. Of course, COVID happened. So Now we are taking precautions in the office, limiting appointments in the locations. But it's, as far as in office, that's what goes on.
All right. And so then tell us a little bit about telemedicine appointments and how that works.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's relatively the same, but basically it's super easy. Patients get worried about it because it sounds scary, but it's not. And you just set up a video chat appointment. We use a platform called Next Patient, which is very similar to Zoom, which a lot of people are more familiar with these days. And it's the same thing. You just meet with the doctor. You're going to discuss your medical conditions. And as opposed to us being able to print out an instant access pass for you right there, they email it over to you within 24 hours of your appointment, which will also get you access to the dispensary pretty quickly. But it's great for patients that aren't ready to leave the house just yet.
And you know what is even more exciting is now this week we just put into place that patients can now book their own TeleMed appointments right from our website. So instead of having to call us directly now, they can just go right onto medwellhealth.net and book their own TeleMed, which has been so exciting. And we've really been so happy at the way everything has worked with that this week.
Absolutely.
Perfect. So what are some of, so I know when you schedule an appointment, there's some Massachusetts requirements for getting your card. So can you tell us a little bit about what they're going to need in scheduling that appointment in terms of IDs and filling out paperwork and how that process works?
Absolutely. So when you do book the appointment, we confirm a couple things with you. So we do need an up-to-date Massachusetts driver's license. If you don't have that, there is one loophole, and that could be a passport, a United States passport with some sort of proof of residency document in Massachusetts. It can be really anything. It's not too specific. And then we'd have you fill out an intake form and, get you going there. But that's really all you need. There's over 200 qualifying conditions that will get patients in and certified. So Massachusetts is pretty general on that. It's a lot easier than people think.
All right. And is there a difference in submitting paperwork between an office visit or if they're doing a TeleMed appointment? Is there a difference in the types of expectations when they fill out their paperwork?
So whether it's in office or telemedicine, we have the option to fill out the paperwork online. It's a really simple portal. We send you, it asks only a couple questions and it automatically gets transmitted.
All right. Sorry about that. Can you guys? I'm not sure you guys are hearing me. Sorry. Some technical difficulties here. All right. Sorry about that. We're having a bit of technical difficulties. So, and it's to be expected, right? So it's our first live here, and nothing is technology is never perfect. So I think where Tori had left off and kind of sharing a little bit about the telemedication appointments, one of the differences, typically your payment is collected at time of your visit. So when you schedule your appointment, there is a payment required, where when you come into the office, you can pay in the office visit as well. And I just want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. All right. So we're going to give it a few minutes. But in the meantime, I'm actually going to see if I can share my screen with you. And while we're waiting for it on, and see if I can share my screen with you and kind of show you a little bit about the process. 1 second here. I'll see if it'll let me share it. And so I can kind of walk you through where to book in, where you can book your appointment. So let's go to here. Give me 1 second. We're going to share. And I'm going to walk you through kind of the process here. So you should be able to see my screen. This is our website, medwellhealth.net, and you'll be able to see we actually have right up on our homepage the different states that we can schedule appointments to. So you have your Florida, Massachusetts, New York, and then this is all telemedicine options. But the good news is, even if you go to Florida or if you go to Massachusetts, you can schedule your appointment right from here. So when you click on, we'll start with Massachusetts. When I click on the certifications for Massachusetts, it's going to bring me to, let's see, it's going to bring me to the Massachusetts page here. And here is where you can actually choose which type of appointment that you'd like. It can be an in-appointment, a telemedicine appointment, and then we have this great tab here that also has dispensary and discounts. So it's a map of all the dispensaries in Massachusetts that that we partner with, and it'll take you right to, it'll take you based on your location. So if I were to schedule a telemedicine appointment, I just click here and it's going to bring me through. And I know because we're live streaming, it's a little bit slow, so you're probably catching a little bit of a delay here. So let's see. So as you come to our telemedicine appointment page, you're going to see that first here, there's actually a video that's going to run. You're welcome to play it. And what it's going to talk to you about is all the things you need to know about your telemedicine appointment and kind of what to expect. High access, high speed internet, the fees. And then here is actually where you can schedule your telehealth appointment. So as well as your in-office meeting, in-office appointment, same thing. So super easy for you to do. It is mobile friendly, so you can access it from a mobile phone as well. But definitely check out our website to schedule your appointment. It's very user friendly, and you're always, of course, welcome to call us. So it looks like our friends might be back. So let's see. I'm going to bring Emily back in. Awesome. Hey, Emily.
Hello.
Are you back?
I'm back. Sorry about that.
How are you?
We're good. Tori's trying to make her way back as well.
No worries.
So I saw you were going
there
over.
She is. Great. So as I was saying, oh yeah, no, I was saying because we're unscripted, right? That's hi
exactly.
There. So we're unscripted. So what ends up happening, right? And of course, it's our first one, so we're kind of ironing out the kinks.
Yep. Can you guys hear me all right?
So our website and where to go to schedule appointments. So
great.
We can. So thanks. I'm glad you're back. And again, just it looked like I could see Kayla, who's helping us out in the chat here from Medwell. I can see that there was a question about St. Petersburg, Florida. We do have offices in Florida as well, and can do in-office as well as telemed appointments. So feel free to go to our website at medwellhealth.net, and you'll be able to access that there. All right, ladies. So I guess one of the things I wanted to kind of go through while we're back is I want to talk a little bit about some kind of frequently asked questions. So tell me, what age do you have to be to get a MMJ card?
So at Medwell, you have to be at least 18 years old. There is a pediatric cannabis program, but we do not engage in that. So it is 18 years old.
All right. And then how long is a medical marijuana card good for, and kind of how does that work?
Yeah, so it is good for 1 year. You do have to renew annually. There is two parts: the certification, which is the doctor's visit. When you come into the office, the doctor is going to give you the certification. We send you home with a PIN number, and that is how you're going to register with the state. It's super easy. It's just something you have to do. And that's also has to be renewed annually online.
All right. And how does, oh, go ahead, Emily.
Sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to let everyone out there know that we do have a registration department in-house here at Medwell. So for any patient that is running into any sort of issue at all, you just give us a ring and we are able to get you off to that department, who would be more than happy to assist. I think that's one of the many things that sets us apart from other physicians out there, is that we have the capability to help out when all sorts of little snags might come up along the way, and make sure that we smooth that out for you so that we get it all taken care of and that you can continue to use and enjoy your medical card.
Absolutely.
And how does, that was great, Emily. Thank you. So tell me a little bit about how Medwell bridges the gap with getting that card, because I think sometimes I think people think, and I know you've mentioned it, but I just want to make sure that we clarify. It's kind of, there's a temporary card and that whole process. If you could share about that, that would be great.
Yeah, so over the last year or so, the system has become so much better, much more streamlined with the state and Medwell. Now we have a lot more say. So we give patients right when they leave the office a 14-day instant access pass that will get them right into the dispensaries until they have time to go online and register with the state. The second they go online and register with the state, they have another printout that is good for 30 days. This is a more permanent temporary until the hard copy will get sent to your house in about 2 weeks. But yeah, Medwell, we have, as Emily said, we have an awesome registration department. I try to help out as much as I can with those as well. And we love to offer patients that ability for us to do the registration if they don't want to think about it, if they're having trouble electronically. But it's super simple, and we have a great team that deals with that.
And for those patients that are 65 and older, we take care of that registration for them absolutely free of charge. And that's something that we just do immediately, no questions asked.
All right. And are MMJ cards covered by insurance?
They are not, no. So where it is not federally regulated at this time, no insurances currently have picked it up. So it is out of pocket. If you have Mass Health, a lot of dispensaries will give you a small discount. So that's something to look into.
But we have recently lowered our prices to try to make it as affordable as possible for everyone. So a new patient cost right now is only $175. And then for a new patient or a veteran, it is just $150. And then we do offer additional discounts for disabled veterans.
Yeah, and that's a perfect lead into. I know Medwell does a ton with veterans in the community. So tell me a little bit about how we serve our veterans with not only our MMJ cards, but even our educational programs. And I know it's a little bit different now that we have the COVID going on, but I know we'll get back at it soon. So if you don't mind sharing, that would be great.
Absolutely. I think that's one of my proudest things about being here at Medwell is what we do for the veterans. So at least once a year, we hold a veteran event where we certify any and all military veterans for free of charge. In the past, we've done it for in-office appointments, first come, first serve. This year, things were very different. We couldn't have quite that turnout at a location with everything going on. So we held our very first telemedicine veterans event. It went wonderful. We had so many people booked, and we got them all certified free of charge, absolutely no fee. And also every day, 100% disabled veterans get a completely free certification on us at Medwell.
Awesome. And Emily, what kind of educational events have we done in the past with veterans? I know we've done a ton in the past.
Yeah, we really try to do as much as we possibly can when it comes to serving our veterans as a huge thank you for the service that they've done for our country. It's a little tricky because the VA is not really on board with them getting their medical cards. So I have to be a little bit careful when I, go into any sort of veteran service area, but we do always reach out to veterans and make sure that they are getting these discounts. We have a terrific network with that, and it's really it's been an honor to be able to serve them and honor these discounts for them.
Awesome. Can you talk to a little bit about qualifying conditions? I know that sometimes there's questions of what's going to qualify, what's not going to qualify in terms of a condition, and what should people question? They should probably just call, but maybe you can kind of give an idea and talk a little bit about, and it looks like Tori's coming back in here. So talk to a little bit about some of those qualifying conditions would be great.
Yeah, so in Massachusetts, we're actually so fortunate. They recognize over 250 qualifying conditions. So, you know, a lot of patients, when they call up, they're very concerned that they might not meet one of the conditions on the list. And I really try to assure them that there's just so many conditions that the state recognizes. You know, in Florida, you know, they have such a limited amount of qualifying conditions. It's much harder. So here in Massachusetts, we're fortunate that they've put so many items on the list there. I would say the majority of our patients, I'm sure, end up meeting multiple items on that list. So, you know, I mean, we get everything from cancer, chronic pain, anxiety,
especially with COVID, you know, anxiety, that has been one of the biggest conditions that we are treating right now.
Yeah. So, I mean, those are some of the top ones, but there's, like I mentioned, over 250 conditions that are on the list, where I think in Florida, it's what, maybe 12.
Right. So, exactly.
So, you know, it's usually a process where more often than not, our patients, when they call, will end up qualifying for a card.
Right.
And kind of what's the, do you, I know you ladies are in Massachusetts, but is there, I know Florida is a little bit more stricter in terms of the conditions that are kind of that the conditions that are allowed. Do you know, can you share a little bit about the difference?
Yeah, you mean as far as Florida and Massachusetts?
In Massachusetts, yeah, yes.
So Florida is more, you know, terminal or very serious conditions. So for example, cancer, epilepsy, then they do have a little section that says or conditions relating to something more serious. So a lot of things like IBS, that is a condition down there that they treat, whereas Massachusetts, as Emily said, it's super generous, over 250 qualifying.
Nice. Okay. And so I think one question that I know we get asked a lot, like, what's the difference between recreational, you know, especially in, this is really for Massachusetts, right? So they have recreational marijuana, so people can go in, they can buy, but really what's the difference between that and your medical marijuana card and being able to get certified, and really why people should consider their certification?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, we get this call all the time of people asking why they should get their card or why they should renew their card if they can just go and buy recreational. And I think patients have to really, they have to think of it as if they are in chronic pain, if they suffer every single day and they are always not feeling well, they need to get their card, because a recreational patient is much different than a medical patient. A recreational patient is just going to be going, you know, on a weekend to purchase a small amount to, you know, have their fun, get their high, and call it a day. A medical patient is someone that's going to be purchasing on a regular basis, and they're going to need higher dosages than just your run-of-the-mill recreational patient. So for someone that is in that sort of category, they need to get their medical card because they're paying an astronomical amount in taxes. So my majority of the time, they're paying 20% plus just in the taxes alone. And so to get your medical card means that you're going to be able to start taking advantage of all the discounts that all the amazing dispensaries in our area offer. Majority of dispensaries offer fantastic discounts, so that as soon as you get your medical card, you're automatically going to be enrolled in a program where some of them offer up to $200 worth of product immediately upon getting that card. And so the card instantaneously just ends up paying for itself.
Right. Never mind the sales tax, you know, that you're going to be paying upon recreational. It's 20 to 26%. So that right there, you know, a couple visits. Right, exactly. A couple visits to the dispensary recreational, you know, you really do pay off your medical card. And as Emily said, you know, and dosing. Recreational, you can only get edibles up to 5 milligrams. And for a lot of people, that will do absolutely nothing. So, and on general, the products themselves are generally just a little bit cheaper. So it is a bit more affordable.
RMH is asking, is Florida working with chronic pain?
So that is not listed as one of their qualifying conditions. It was at one point, but our doctors are great at trying to work that into one of the qualifying conditions that we do have. So give us a call. We can definitely discuss your personal, conditions and see if we can get you going. Because our doctors are, things are changing down there. So hopefully, especially in the near future, that will be highly considered.
Yeah.
All right. So ladies, why don't you tell, so there's different medical marijuana doctors throughout Massachusetts, throughout Rhode Island. Can you talk a little bit about what sets us apart? I know what sets us apart from other centers, but I really want to share because I think that I know one of the biggest things that we provide is education, and I think that it's sometimes underlooked at actually how much that we have available to help people through the process, but also just learning about the whole medical marijuana and how it can actually relieve so much in people in different conditions, and just the support that Medwell gives. So I would love it if both of you could share a little bit about how you feel like Medwell sets us apart from others.
Absolutely. I think our customer service is phenomenal. And we have 24-hour support, and I don't know where else you can get that. And truly, like Emily, she always is hosting these events where we're educating patients, and we do a lot of things that patients don't know is within 3 months of your appointment, you did pay us for your appointment, so we would love to have you come back in. You have questions about the dispensary, a product's not working for you, come back in, meet with our doctor, no charge. We'll discuss how we can edit and get you going on something that will work well for you.
Yeah, it's exactly what Tori said. I think the biggest thing is that the majority of the time when we're talking to patients and we're trying to get them scheduled, there's so much anxiety that you can hear in their voice. And it's really such a true testament to everyone here at Medwell. We so sympathize with what they're going through and how they're feeling, and what we do to assure them that they're going to be taken care of, not just on the phone booking that appointment, but the entire way through the whole process. We really want to be with them every step of the way to make it as easy as a process as we possibly can. And I really think that we do that. We've found a way over the 5 years plus that we've been in business to make it a really painless experience, and assure that patient that as soon as they get their card, we certainly don't want them to think that they can't contact us again, or we won't see them again until next year. We make sure that we mention to them that if they have continuous questions throughout the time that they are with us, that we really want to be there as that physician for them, as if they would treat that as their normal primary or any other specialist that they would go to. So I really think that that's probably the first and foremost number one item that I think sets us apart from all the other physicians out there.
Yes, I have a continued relation with so many patients through email, daily, that they contact me. They remember me from last year. So we'll have conversations about getting them back in without even having a phone call. So it's nice to have that communication.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And I think the other thing too is that we have lots of resources on our website. We have regular blogs that are posted, and we share those via our email. We have our social media sites. So we're always accessible. And I think one of the biggest things is kind of why Medwell Unscripted was created, is to show you that there's humans here and that we are here to help you. And that's one of the biggest things that Medwell prides itself on, is our customer service and being able to have ongoing relationships with our patients and clients. Before we wrap up, I did want to just ask one question. And so I know that we do a lot of work with dispensaries, and kind of there's some discounts. Can you talk a little bit about I know there is a link on our website, and Kayla, I know, will drop it in because she's doing an awesome job in the chat there. But if you could talk a little bit about those relationships and how that works, and even kind of what the next step is for people when they kind of go to a dispensary, who should they talk to?
Right.
Yeah, I mean I think that's part of the entire process that we really also try to assist the patient with, because I think they have so much anxiety coming to see us initially, and then once they see that it was not such a bad experience and that they're okay and everything worked out for them, then I think the anxiety builds again, because then they know that, well, now I have to go to the dispensary and I have to start this anxious process all over again. And so I think we really tried to do a nice job of bridging that gap between us as well as the dispensary. So we have all these wonderful contacts at these amazing dispensaries in all of our offices. So we strategically placed all of our offices near or next to dispensaries for this reason, so that we have now developed relationships with all of them. And it's really a nice relationship that we have back and forth with one another. So I would say that, if any patient is having that anxiety, we are certainly there to assure them and recommend and help them along the way. But, the dispensaries really, and I think as we continue these unscripted chats, we'll start bringing in certain individuals from dispensaries so that people can get an idea as to what they can expect when they walk in the door there. They'll see friendly faces, not here only at Medwell, but as soon as they walk in the door at the dispensary, it can be a little overwhelming because you're seeing some security there and you're in an unfamiliar place. But then once you get through that process initially, it's really a fantastic experience, because the people there behind the counters are really there to help you. They want to hear about the pains and the issues that you're having, so that they can start making those recommendations and getting you on a path where you can start to really feel much better and in a better place. And they want you to have you come back so that they can check in on you, see how you're doing. If something's not working, they want to continue to make recommendations so that they can get you, down that path of really feeling much better. So it's a really, it can be overwhelming, but we're really there to kind of hold your hand, and they're there to do the same. And I would say every dispensary that I've gone into, and the people that I've met there, anywhere from the bud tenders behind the counter, between the managers, or even the CEOs that I've met, they're the number one goal is for them to be able to help their patients.
Absolutely. And I think it is such a warm environment in a dispensary. I remember my first visit and how nervous I was, but it's really not as intimidating as you would make it seem. They're so inviting, and they have a lot of literature there for you and letting you know which products are best for your specific conditions. And I remember thinking, it's going to be like this department store type thing, but it's really just like a coffee shop. Like there's a menu and a counter and people who are experts on their products.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And I think the other thing too is that there's confidentiality too through this process.
Exactly.
I think one of the things that people tend to get hung up on, that they don't want people to know. I mean, it's definitely more and more people are being more comfortable with it. I mean, Massachusetts is 5 years, right, for medical marijuana certifications, but there's HIPAA involved, so there's confidentiality. So people don't need to worry that their information is going to be shared with others.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a lot of the dispensaries have consultation rooms for people who don't want to sit there at the counter and ask their questions. They'll take you into a private room, they'll sit you down, have a plan for you, Monday, try this, Tuesday, try this. And they give patients logs too, to try and track the products that they take and the effects that they have on them.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I think we're going to wrap up, ladies. This was great. This was really a great, wanted to share with everybody more about Medwell and kind of, we are human and we are here to help you. Kayla, if you don't mind just dropping in our website one more time at medwellhealth.net. And for anyone that has questions, please please reach out to us. We're happy to assist you with any of your questions. You can reach us via our website, by phone, email, on our social media channels. We want to make this process as easy as possible, and know that we are here to help. And again, our website has great resources with all of our blogs. It talks about strains, it talks about different conditions, and a lot of your frequently asked questions are there too. But you're always welcome to pick up the phone and call us.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a great day. It was nice to see you.
Take
Yeah,
care.
it's nice
Thanks,
to see
April.
everybody. Bye-bye. Take
Bye-bye.
care.
Bye-bye.